So for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. You hear that? So let you know there's a difference between the way you operate in this world, being worldly, following the flesh, you know, the lust of the flesh, as following the fruits of the Spirit. Because remember, they're contrary to each other. Love, you deal with hate. Joy, you deal with sadness. All the things we look at it, long suffering, you ain't suffering long, you impatient. To be long suffering, you impatient. So you deal with the flesh. You're not really dealing with the Spirit. You think you're gonna make it. Then here you got to deal with these kind of spirits, and they think they're on point, and they gonna go after you because that's the devil that's in them. You might want to deal with that. Your time is short. You ain't got time to be dealing with that kind of matters. That's why you got to hear this lesson. Do self-examination on yourself over and over again until you get these spirits out of you. Fast and pray that these spirits can leave you so that you won't be like that. And you can deal with everybody. You get along with people and don't be all stuck up within yourself and the way you feel about yourself. Start loving yourself. Therefore, you can love everybody. You don't have no problem with people. But you hate yourself. That's why you can't love your brother. That's why you can't love your sister, because you hate yourself. You're so dissatisfied with yourself. That's why you gotta love yourself. Get 1 John, the 2nd chapter, and we look at verse 8 to 10. Again, a new commandment I write unto you, which thing is true in him and in you, because the darkness is past, ignorance is past, and the true light now shineth. The true light now shineth. He that said he is in the light and hateth his brother is in darkness even until now. I mean, it seems like the Most High Spirit is saying something to all of us. I know this, so therefore I'm speaking to you concerning what the Spirit is actually saying. Some of you don't have enough love for your people. Some of you out there don't really have enough love for your people. Who the Most High says in Romans 9:13, Jacob have I loved, as it is written. Jacob have I loved. Jacob was the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. A lot of you don't have enough love for your people. You're too standoffish. You don't really show love because you can't just say, I love the people that come around you. That's what the Gentiles do. We got to love each other. We're a nation that's spoiled, robbed, and divided. You know, a diabolical plan to take the name of Israel out of existence. From Psalms 83rd chapter, here we are coming back, and you want to be an individualist, dealing with being an individualite, dealing with individualism, dealing with individuality. I mean, any way you look at it, you're still dealing with yourself. Love thy neighbor as thyself. When you stay with yourself and the way you feel about yourself, that's why you can't love nobody, because you don't love yourself. There's something wrong with you, and you know it, and it's showing through your actions. Because you don't love your brothers. You don't love your people. You don't love Jacob. You don't love the Israelites. Because you're so caught up in yourself, and whatever it is that you can deal with yourself, that you can't love nobody outside of yourself because you don't love yourself. You look in the mirror at yourself. Look in the mirror and say, I really love myself. So therefore, when you go out, you're going to show love to your people. You ain't going to have all these spirits that have you separate from everybody. You can talk to anybody and kick it with anyone. And be cool with anyone. And not what is Most High was partial like you are. Verse 9. He that saith he is in the light and hateth his brother is in darkness even until now. You ignorant. You stupid. You in darkness. You don't know a damn thing. But you know it all. You know everything. But you don't know nothing because you don't love all your people. You looking for fault in everybody. Like we all that. We ain't nothing as we ought to be. Why do you think it's going to take 1,000 years for the Mashiach outside to come back and show us the understanding? We know in part, we prophesy in part. Humble yourself before the Most High visit you in his way and break you down like he did Job. And you don't see no blessing, but you see the wrath of Satan that's been sent on you because you don't love your people. Where do you think the darkness coming from? The evil side of the Most High. The Most High create evil, remember? Isaiah 45:7, I create evil. But you don't know nothing about that. You forget about that. But you forget about what he did to Job. Forget about what he said. It pleased him the rules of Mashiach Yahushua and brought him to grief. For our sake. But you didn't exalt yourself above Mashiach Yahushua. You better hear what I'm saying. And humble yourself before the wrath of the Most High come upon you. Remember, the devil know he got a short time and come down with much wrath on those who? Us that keep the commandments of the Most High. At least you hearing them. I don't know if you're keeping them or not, but I know you hearing them. Because you hearing the word of the Most High. Ain't no compromise in this. We can't, none of us compromise. He can take everything we have. Like Job said, you come in the world with nothing, you leave with nothing. 1 John 2:10. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him. That's why you see brothers be envious, because they say, well, how they doing this? How you doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that? And they ain't stumble. You got people that praying against you to stumble. That's against you. But if you love your people, the Israelites, you abideth in the light. What's the light? And there is none occasion of stumbling in him. You're not going to be stumbling. You're not going to stumble. Because you're abiding in the light. Proverbs 6:23. What is this light? Hold that. Proverbs 6:23. And see, you're supposed to already know this. We're supposed to already know these things. By the time we go to the New Testament, we're supposed to be knowing these things, because that was written for those that had the law and the prophets. They grew up with the law and the prophets. It says, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Okay? So, we have to take heed to this, brothers and sisters. Very, very much so. And not fool ourselves and thinking, trying to go another way. Rather than the way which is in the Mashiach Yahushua, showing us how it's supposed to be done. Who came on this earth as an example. And show us that it can be done. But people trying to say, oh, that's him. Yeah, because you're wicked. You want to still be wicked. You still want to be wicked. Look at Isaiah. You'll see what kind of darkness will be on the people in these last days. Isaiah, the 60th chapter, and verse 2. Says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. That means darkness means ignorance. People being stupid. And ignorance shall cover the earth. And gross darkness, gross ignorance, not knowing. You don't know, you're stupid. Right? Don't get it twisted. Most I call us all kind of names. Sadish children, that means silly and stupid. For gross darkness, and gross darkness to people. but the Most High shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Only the ones that fulfills verse 1. He say, arise. That means stand up. Shine. For thy light is come, and the glory of the Most High is risen upon thee. You hear that? The light is come. And when you look at this light, it says, that's why I said, arise, shine, for thy light is come. The only way you're going to shine is that if you're illuminated. So let's look at Baruch 4:1. This is how that light is going to shine on you. This is how you're going to shine. See, for Baruch 4:1 in the Apocrypha, it's on page, if you haven't read the Apocrypha, it's on page 105. It says, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. All they that keep the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High, will come to everlasting life. But such as leave it shall die. You're going to die. And that death is the death of where the worms never die and the fires never quench. We're going to be cast to the lake of fire. Why does it say, but such as leave it shall die? Well, you're talking about the ones that have opportunity to learn. He called you into this. To learn his laws, learn his rules and regulations, his commandments. And you leave it. They're going to die. So if you leave, you're going to die. Don't play with this. It says, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. What is this talking about? Take hold of the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Walk in the presence of the light thereof. Now you know these commandments going to bring forth light. Like you have darkness, you turn off the lights at nighttime, it be dark. You turn the lights on, it's light, you can see everything around you. It says, turn thee, O Jacob, verse 2, and take hold of it, walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. That's why he's telling you to arise, shine in Isaiah 60:1. For thy light is come. Yeah, the truth is come. The law is come within us. And the glory of the Most High is risen upon thee. His laws is risen upon us, those that are in the spirit of the Most High, in the light, and have this light, the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. That's how you're going to be illuminated. But those that, it's only for a certain few, 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. Only for the few. It's only a few. Because it tells us in Matthew 24:13. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So people talking about they say you got to endure to the end in this truth and not deviate, not waver. Because most of us say he ain't gonna help you. You look at yourself, but you an Israelite today, but because it's the Sabbath, come the first day of the week, you done went back to being wicked as ever, or your mind is wicked. You know, you don't even love your people. You sit up here with attitudes and so forth. You got demons. You have demons. But the Most High ain't gonna help you. He's not gonna be with you. A lot of you think you're working with the Most High, you're working with Satan. Because he loves everybody. He take anybody. But there's gonna be a price you gotta pay. You better believe it. When you get your blessing from Satan, it's a price he gonna come back and get you. He gonna get his. Because he the devil. He deceitful and evil. He the enemy or adversary. That's what Satan means. Enemy or adversary. He's against you. So one thing about it, he gonna show you, but he accept everybody. He gonna come back and get you there. You better believe that. Cause you wave and you can't ask the Most High for nothing. You can't think that the Most High you're gonna receive anything from the Most High. If you change up, if you ain't in this truth, the way you're supposed to be in it, don't think the Most High on the right hand side of Mashiach through Mashiach Yahushua, and the spirit of the angels going to be working with you. You can't expect to receive nothing of the Most High from his right hand side. Don't even look for it. Go to St. John the 12th chapter. And verse 46. Mashiach Yahushua said, I am come a light into the world, that whosoever believeth on me should not abide in darkness. So you understand, where is your faith in the Mashiach Yahushua? Go into the Most High on your behalf. Since no man coming to the Father but by a Mashiach Yahushua. He says, I am come a light into the world. What world? The world of Israel. Read that in Isaiah 45.